Deep lunges. So working on this anterior line of the hip. That's where we're trying to open up. These are the muscles that shorten from all the time we spend sitting. Great thing about opening these up, number one, they'll help with back pain, and they'll help you access power from your butt a lot better. So if everything's locked up here, more likely to be achy and weaker in your posterior chain. So we start with a strap lunge, which means that if it's a little bit much to load in, put a strap in your hands and then find your lunge. Try to find a better angle here. So I'm going to use the strap to take some of the load out of my feet. So some of my body isn't sitting into this lunge when I have my hands on the strap. Best to pull straight away from wherever the anchor point is on the strap. It'll be the easiest to use. When you start feeling stronger and holding, then we can start working on supporting ourselves. And I would encourage anyone to start supports as you're getting into your positions. So I'm going to turn into my lunge. I have my bell right here too as another support to help me down. So I'll work down into my position with support, and I can transfer over to just being self-supported. And what I'm looking for here, and what you want to be looking for, is that leg line from knee to knee. Notice how my legs is not one straight line. That's the direction of the stretch, is to drop down and make that leg line ever straighter. Even if you don't get there, that's fine if you don't get there. That's the direction of the stretch. So I'm pivoting over to the other side, saying hi to this side. Again, dropping down into that position, and then I'm using support to help. And I'm also using my support to help peel my body up as I stay down in my position. This isn't going to work if you bend over and do a stretch this way. It's not going to work because your hip flexor then will shorten. So that line will shorten, and we won't be working on the primary thing that we're working on. There's lots of other stuff going on here, absolutely, but the primary line that we're going to focus on is that one. So doing a couple pivots to set up. Pivots, find your lunge, pivot, find your lunge, and then we'll do holds at the end. Holds can be just a couple of seconds. I would make your first goal of getting down to your bottom position and feeling like you can hold, whether it's supported or unsupported, for a good 10 seconds, building all the way up to 30-second holds as you feel. I'll switch to my other side. But again, do some reps of finding your lines first, preparing your body to go deeper, and then when you're in the hold, active feet on both sides. So both feet are trying to reach away, and I'm trying to work on that line from knee to knee to get ever closer to straight. Now, there are versions of this that allow the front knee to go forward. Absolutely fine to do that. You might find it a little harder to stay active in your back foot if you slide the front leg forward. This means generally that be easier to put more load because more of your body is on top of that front foot. So not necessarily wrong, but try to stay active in your back foot. The other progression, because this is essentially a side split stance, if you're just thinking about knee to knee or femur to femur, it's a split position you're going into. So if you have that perfectly long straight line, then you could begin to slide your front leg out. But don't do that too soon, because if you do, then this will just turn into a hamstring stretch, and we got lots of better ways to work on our hamstrings. So don't try to rush to get to the split. Instead, sit and hang out in this deep lunge. Just about everyone can make more progress there without having to straighten out the front leg. That's our deep lunge.